shows that following purchases has been made. Purchases were being made of 600 units. So you can see that 600 units are being purchased at the rate of 2.25. Then price of the material has increased. When you were purchasing 300 units, it has increased to 0.25. It has converted to 2.50. Then it has reduced. So here you see 2.30 when next purchase was being made. And again, when next purchase was being made, it was 2.20. Now, when you are purchasing the goods at different dates, you get the goods at different rates. Rates are not always the same. Now, I showed you that in stock ledger, store ledger account, we make 3 columns. One is your receipts, second one is your issues, and third one is your stock. So now let us see how this is being maintained. Now solution. In this, the date of purchase and issue is not given. So whatever is given is, it is assumed that before the issue of next lot is made, then sufficient quantity is available in stock. So in this above example, the rates of purchase that you see, it is declining. And so in this, we would be using, that is your first in, first out. So first, the material which we have received at 2.25, that we would be issuing first. Then we would be issuing 2.50, the cost of which is 2.50. Then we would be issuing the cost of which is 2.30. And then at last 2.20. So now you maintain, you make a store ledger account. Now I have told you what is the format. You make that format. On one side, what you will write? Date. Then we make 3 columns. One is of receipts. Second one is of issues. And at last we have got stock. Now, in this receipts and issues, we have got 3 components. First one is your quantity. How much quantity you receive. Then you can make sub column into it. And what is the rate of it? Again, you can make a sub column into it. And what is the amount? Similarly, we can make 3 columns, sub columns in issues also. That is quantity, then rate, then amount. And in stock, you make 2 sub columns. One would be your quantity and then amount. So these are the various sub columns in receipts and issues. Now let us note it down. How we are going to note it down? We have seen in the question, you can just do it in your copy also, that first 600 units purchase was being made and the rate was 2.25. Now you can calculate. If you have got calculator. Yes, Pratyush, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what would be the amount? 600 into 2.25. If you have got calculator, you can calculate, else you can manually calculate also.
It's 1350.
Yes, very good. 1350. Then next, you received how many units? How many units were being purchased?
300 units.
Yes, you write down 300 units. Now the rate was?
At 2.5.
2.50. So you calculated 2.50 into 300.
750.
700. 700.
750.
750. Very good. Now third, again we made a purchase.
700.
The unit was 700 units.
At the rate 2.3.
So amount would be
1610. 1610.
1610. So in this way we write all the receipts. So similarly, as we have written 600, 300, 700, then next we would be writing 900. And at the time of issue, suppose for example in the question it has been given successive issues were being made. First we made an issue of how many units? In the question you can see issues were being made. So if at first how many units were being issued?
300.
Yes, 300. So you write down over here 300 units. So what was the rate? See, here we have got 600 units. Out of that, 300 has been issued. Our rate would be 2.25. Yes. So amount would be 675. And balance that we are left with is, if we subtract 600 minus 300, the balance we are left with how many units? 600 minus 300. How many units we are left?
375. 375.
No. Out of 600, we have issued 300.
Oh, okay, so 300.
So you are left with only 300. And so amount would be 675 only, the first entry. Then in this column, what do you see? Now the balance is of 300 plus this 300 plus this 300. Earlier we were having 300 units. Now current purchase we have made, so it becomes to
600.
600. And so our amount would be 300 into 2.50, that is a 750 plus 675. 750 plus 675. You can see from where we are taking 675. and from where we are taking 750. So amount would become, total is your 1425. Am I correct, Pratyush?
Yes, sir.
You got it? From where we have taken 675 and from where we have taken 750, you add it. How much you get?
The 1350, it's 600 and 750.
675 plus
Okay, 675. Okay, sir.
750, we get 1425.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And similarly, now the last one, that is your, when we purchase 700 units at the rate of 2.30, amount is 1610. So quantity, now we are left with 300 plus 600 plus 700. So quantity becomes 1300. So every time we are writing stock, we are making the final calculation. Initially we were having quantity of 300, then next we were having quantity of 600, now we are having quantity of 1300, and if you add up the amount 1425 plus 1610, so you add up this both, 1425 plus
1335.
yes, how much we have got?
1335.
3035, sir.
Yes, you can add it once again.
3035.
So if we add 1425 plus 1610, we get 3035. 3035. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Now we are making issues. We are making issues in terms of that the first one issue I have shown you. Then next issue is of 950. In the question you can see successive issues were being made. The first issue was of 300 and next issue is of, you can see in the question here you have got in the question 950. So we have to make issue of 950. So how we are going to do that? So we have got 3 lots. Total we are having 1300 quantity, but lots we are having of we received at the rate of 2.25, then we received it at the rate of 2.50, and then we received it at the rate of 2.30. Now we have to issue. Already we have issued 300. So balance was only this much. Now balance is 1300. Balance is now 1300. Now from this 1300, you have to issue 900, 950. So how we are going to do that? So you can see the stock. The first one which we are having the balance. The first balance that we are having, first we will issue that one. So you write down 300. Then next 300 we would be using this one. So again you write 300. So rate here was 2.25 and here the rate is 2.50. Now the balance that we are left with is 350. So if you add this, all these three, the total that you will get is your 950. So this you will be issuing at the rate of, say we are out of stock with this rate. Now the next rate would be this one. That is your 2.30. Now if we can calculate the amount, 300 into 2.25. Yes, anyone?
202.25.
300 into 2.25.
302.25.
There is some confusion with you. We
Sir,
have to.
okay, so
We have to
675.
we have to multiply this one. 300 into 2.25.
675, sir.
So we will get 675.
75.
Then next we have to multiply this one. What we will get?
750.
750.
Yes, very good. Then 350 into 2.30. The third one we have to do it.
Sir, 805.
805.
805.
So this issue was being made. So you can see the question. First issue, that is the 300. We already made it. Then second issue, 950. So in this way, we are making an issue. Now, how much balance is being left? How much balance is being left? Once you issue 950, then balance from 1300, you subtract 950. How much you get?
350.
So balance stock, we are having 350 quantity, and that would be, amount would be of rupees 800. Now you know how 805 has come. You can calculate it. So 350 into 2.30. The last one, 2.30. This way we are left with the balance of, amount is your 805. This all figures are in rupees. Now the next purchase that we are making. So we have seen that we have made purchase of 600 units. You can see in the question. First we made purchase of 600 units, that we have already done it. Then we made purchase of 300 units. We have already done it. 700 units. We have already done it. Now we are left with this 900 units. So you can make an entry of 900 units in this book at the rate of 2.20. So you can make entry on the receipt sides. You can make entry on receipt size. That is your quantity on receipt side. You write down 900. Amount would be 2.20. You can see it, 2.20. So how much amount would be there?
1980, sir.
Yes, Swasti Jain, you tell me what would be the amount? 900 into 2.20. Swasti, are you there?
So it's 1980.
Yes.
1980.
Amount would be 1980. And next issue. So we have made issue of 300. The first one. The second one we have made of 950. Now third issue we have to make But before that, let us write down the balance on the stock side. Now you are left with 350, the first, the second. 350 plus, you add up. How much quantity we are left with?
1250.
1250.
1250.
So you write down 1250 and the amount would be, you add up the amount, this one and this one, you add up the amount,
2785.
2785. Very good. So this is our amount and this is our unit. This one is your quantity and this one is your amount. Now we are going to issue 400 units. So how we are going to do that? How we are going to do that? In this 1250 units, the quantity that we are left with,
$350.
yes, very good. So first we would be issuing, which is left, that is from this 1250, only 350 units is left, which is at the rate of 2.30. This one. Is it clear? So first we will issue 350 quantity, which is left of 2.30. The rate would be 2.30, and the balance of 50 we would be issuing from the rate of which is 2.20. So here we write 2.20. Now you calculate the amount. Amount would be
805.
805, and next would be 110. You add up. So in this
950.
this you have issued. This is the amount of which you have issued. Now the balance that is left after issuing, the balance after issuing that is left, if you subtract this one.
850.
So the balance is 850 and the rate would be 2.30 plus 2.50. So if you calculate both, no, 850, yes. So we are having in this quantity, we are having quantity of,
Only 2.20.
yes, we are having two rates. One is of 2.30 and one is of 2.50. So balance we would get is your, you can calculate it further. That is, we are left with,
175.
Sir,
yes,
850 is only left from 900 stock, sir.
So
From
that
this-
is stock is only left.
Only
So-
900.
see, at last you see the quantity, this one. How can I name it? You just, I'm using a different color. So at last we were having 1250 units. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we issued how much?
400.
400. So you subtract 1250 minus 400.
850.
So did you calculated it?
So we get 850, which is only left from the 900 stock, which is at 2.20 rate, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes. The rate is of 2.20 from this.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this you can calculate it, 1870. So in this way, we maintained our store ledger account. Now, should I stop this pad sharing? Have you noted it down?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today we learned how store ledger account is being maintained, and we use the technique of Fifo. Similarly, you can go for reading of when Fifo is being used. If you have got cost accounting book, then from that you can in theoretical portion you can read what are the advantages and disadvantages of Fifo. And in next class we would be dealing more on Fifo. One more question we would be dealing on Fifo method, and in that I would be giving dates also. So in this question dates was not there, but in next dates would be given when the material is received and when the material is issued, and at last we have to calculate what would be our stock, the closing stock, what would be it. So now you know the format, and similarly once we know the method of FIFO, that is your first in first out, in the same way we can do it last in first out. So the stock quantity which we receive at last would be issued at first. In this question, what we have done today, the stock item which we received first, it was issued first. So there are other methods also. So in next class, we would be dealing more with, first again I will do one more question with FIFO, then we can move with LIFO. Then there are other averaging method also that we would be dealing. So this way we maintain our stores ledger account, and this all is process of your material cost, how we control the cost of materials. Once we are aware how we know material cost, then next focus would be our labor cost. See, there are various types of cost. First one is your material cost, then is your labor cost, then is your overheads. Overheads are like your salary of your manager, the rent, the electricity charges. So there are various other your overheads, and in that we will learn how to allocate the cost of overhead to each item, each cost of each item. Suppose you purchase a mobile, and how that mobile includes the cost of the rent of the warehouse, how it includes the cost of the manager, how it includes the cost of electricity, everything is being allocated into it. So we will learn how allocation, then how that is your pro rata basis. On the pro rata basis, how apportionment is being done. Then once we know the material cost, the labor cost, and the overhead cost, then we can calculate the cost of the machine. If we are going to calculate the cost of the machine, that is known as machine hour rate. So how we can calculate that machine hour rate method, then we can once we know this all, then we can move to contract costing. Similarly, there are various applications of costing. Then we can apply it to job costing also. Then we can apply in the process costing also. So this way we would be dealing how this subject is useful from practical point of view, and how you can make strategic decisions once you know the cost of the product. So basically cost accounting is how you maintain how you know the cost of each item and then you can allocate it. So it is very different from financial accounting. In financial accounting, it is not compulsory that you maintain cost accounting, but for financial accounts it is compulsory from point of view that you need to maintain balance sheet, you need to maintain profit and loss account. So costing is optional, but to some industries it has been made compulsorily, but mostly it is just part of internal process. It is not a reporting process. So accounting, which is made for internal purposes for strategic decisions, so this subject would be helping in that. So for today, I think so today this is sufficient. If anybody has doubt, they can just ask and then we can exit from the class. Anyone? So, okay, thank you very much for each of you to attend the class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
बेटा हो तो बहन ए बिट गया